I'm Reese, a designer with the Quilted Cow. Today I'll show you how to make the helpful Heifer Frosty pillow. But first, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Husqvarna Viking sewing machines, Creative Grids, rulers, mats, and cutters, and the beautiful Wilmington prints, the fabrics I'll be using today. Let's get started. Today I'll show you how to make the helpful Heifer Frosty pillow. This pillow is super easy to make, and I'll show you some tips and tricks along the way. You can get kits for this pillow on our website, thequiltedcow.com, and the kit comes with the pattern and all the fabric you need to sit and sew. First, you want to cut all your fabric to size. This will be my center block here. And I have fussy cut it, so I made sure my cardinals were in the middle. And fussy cutting is just making sure you line up your ruler in like a specific spot so you can just trim off and you can have like that cardinal or whatever image you want in the center of your square. So let's go ahead and set that aside. First off, I'm going to show you how to do 4 at a time half square triangles. On the wrong side of one of your squares, draw a diagonal line from corner to corner. I'm going to go ahead and pin in place. And then to do 4 at a time half square triangles, I'm going to stitch along the edges 1/4 inch away from the edge. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, now let's go ahead and take these pins out. And as you can see, my squares are completely enclosed. I'm going to turn it over to the red side so you can see I've stitched all the way around my block 1/4 inch away from the edge, enclosing my 2 squares. Now I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to cut right on the lines that I had drawn. Let's go ahead and press those squares open. Now that I have those pressed open, I'm going to go ahead and trim them to size. Okay, now that I have trimmed all these to size, I'm going to lay those over here, and I'm going to grab my little squares and I'm going to turn those over to the wrong side up and draw a diagonal line from corner to corner. Okay, after you have drawn your lines on your squares, you're going to take your half square triangles that we just made and you're going to put the red square right sides together on the white, as you can see here. I'm going to pin, and then I'm going to stitch right on the line, and you're going to continue doing that on your other 4. Okay, now that I have stitched on all those lines, I'm going to take my ruler and just trim 1/4 inch away from the line. And now let's go ahead and press those open. Okay, now let's go ahead and assemble pillow top. So let's go ahead and we'll make the side pieces. So we'll take 2 of the pieces we just made and we're gonna lay them like this. Let's speed that down a little bit. And then we'll lay them right sides together and pin in place, and then I'm going to stitch 1/4 inch down that side. Let's do that. Okay, I have sewn those 2 together. Let's go ahead and press that open. So let's go ahead and attach our sides to your center block. And turn that right sides together and this one right sides together. Let's go ahead and pin. Okay, now that I have pinned on both sides, I'm going to go ahead and stitch 1/4 inch down each of those sides. Let's do that. Okay, now that I've sewn my sides together, let's go ahead and press those open. And we're going to do the same thing with this one. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, we're going to go ahead and press this one open. And now we're just going to add our side pieces, putting those right sides together and this one right sides together. We're going to pin on each side and then sew 1/4 inch away. Okay, I have sewn on the sides, and let's go ahead and press those open real quick. I'm just going to press those away from the center, and now we can just finish assembling the pillow top. Turning that right sides together. And this part, you just want to make sure your seams line up. And once you get your seams lined up nicely, then we can just pin the rest of it. Okay, now that I have everything pinned in place, let's go ahead and sew 1/4 inch down both of those sides. Let's do that. Now that I have attached both sides, let's remove those needles really quick. And let's go ahead and press that open. And when I was stitching them together, these are the seams that I was lining up just to make sure that they lined up before I sewed it earlier. So now the last thing we do is we will add our borders to the pillow. And there you have your Frosty pillow. That was super easy to make. So let's go ahead and talk about the backing. If you're wanting to quilt your pillow top, the kit does come with muslin. So you'll just put your muslin down, then a layer of cotton batting, fusible batting, and then your pillow top, quilt it, and then you can add your backing. I'm not going to quilt this one, so I'm just going to lay this right sides up. And then your backing pieces, when cut to size, they'll just be one long strip of fabric. To save time, I have already sewn this one. So you'll just take your long piece of fabric that's cut to size, fold it in half, and stitch 1/4 inch away from the fold. So this is what it'll look like. You can just see that fold there. And then you'll lay your edges. The fold will be in the middle. And then you'll do the same with your second piece. Your pieces will overlap. And then you will pin all the way around and then stitch 1/4 inch away from the edge of your backing. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, once you have your backing sewn on, just flip it right sides out. This one I had already made to save time on attaching the backing, so it is quilted. But I'm just going to put this right sides out, and I'm going to take my finger and really push those corners out. I wouldn't use anything sharp because you could tear your fabric. But most of the time, just using your finger will work. And there you have the Frosty pillow. Like and subscribe to watch all of our videos. Remember to check out our website for kits and patterns at thequiltedcow.com. Kits come with the pattern and fabrics to sit and sew. Thanks for watching.
Okay, you wicked cool quilters, good job. You made it to the end. We would like to thank our sponsors, Husqvarna Viking Sewing Machines, Creative Grids, rulers, rotary cutters, and mats, and Wilmington Prints for the beautiful fabrics. Thanks for watching.